Hello, good morning to anyone who's finding me now, and hi wherever you are, whenever you're finding me. I've just got a wiggle. Hello. So how are you looking after yourself? Some of you I've seen in the weekend chat, and it's been brilliant connecting and hearing how you're all doing and your stories. If anyone wants to check in the comments with us and just say hi. If the chat is too many people, too much going on, I totally get that. It's not for everyone, but it's always nice to hear how you are and what things are happening with you. I do love to hear from all of you. We're a little gorgeous community here, aren't we? Wow. So yesterday I was doing a guest spot for somebody, really talking about deconditioning, which is really what I do in my work. I don't always call it that. I call it all kinds of things. Deconditioning, sometimes deschooling, because I'm working with people who are moving their educational plans around and moving with the family, and they're deconditioning around that particular process. Sometimes we're talking about healing, but healing's deconditioning too, because healing is about letting go of the stuff which we've been carrying, that we've been holding on to, that is not us in this present moment, in our highest elevated state. It's release work. That's deconditioning. Sometimes we call it unmasking. Masking is a word we use a lot in our community, isn't it? Because gorgeous neurodivergent members, our family, for those of us who don't identify as neurodivergent themselves, are such a brilliant focuser for acknowledging the ways that the world demands of us to fit in, to conform, and how uncomfortable and impossible that can be to live up to, and the consequences that can lead to when we try to. And we all need to hear that. We all need to know that. So many ways that we try and conform, that we fawn, that we try and please others. We also talked a lot about the ways that we show up, particularly as women, as carers, and the conditioning around that, which is really relevant to you all in this group here. All the stuff that we bring through our imprinting and our conditioning in our family line, in our society, in our karmic line, if you have that belief system, all this stuff that we carry that we haven't yet looked at consciously, and yet we are running the pattern of. And the thing about being the parents that we are is that we get this incredible opportunity to really see a lot of that stuff that we probably wouldn't have otherwise. We get to walk with it because it comes up in our face, it comes up close, it comes up and shows us where there's effort, where there's tension, where there's discomfort, and it invites us to bloom, but it's not a comfortable journey. It's like giving birth. It's a glorious journey, it's a powerful journey, but it's not an easy journey. And we need support and understanding and love, and we usually receive little, if any of that. And sometimes we receive the opposite of shaming and blaming, and more pain comes at us, and we end up walking with more pain. And so then we have a journey of shedding and healing that too. So there's a lot of work for us parents to do on an internal basis around deconditioning in so many ways, isn't there? And it is a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong journey, and it's really important that we're really soft and gentle with ourselves as we find continually those points that we haven't grown into yet, and we find ourselves sitting in the tension of it. And in that place, we can hold space for ourselves to just lean in with so much love and acceptance for ourselves right where we are. Knowing it's okay to be there. We can bring that softness, we can bring that love. in EFT, we tap on the side of the hand if you've done tapping with me, and we say what we're perceiving as being an issue for us, something we don't like, something we want to change, something that's uncomfortable, something that's painful. And we tap here and we say what it is. So it could be, oh, even though, let me feel some that are present in me today, even though I'm feeling lazy. And then we say, I deeply and completely accept myself. We're putting the two together to say there's this thing which, for whatever reason, that story in my mind is that this is not okay. And we're reminding ourselves that it's part of the whole and it's just as beautiful as everything else. And we're just bringing them together. And that sounds easy when I give you, even though I'm feeling lazy, because that was just a light one, wasn't it? Because I've been doing some seeking this morning in my own inner work about my divine feminine, feeling into the energies of this full moon, if you're tuned into that stuff. And so this idea of having feminine cycles of productivity and output and inward time, and and how we can label that time of rest and shedding as lazy. So that one was present for me, but it can be stuff that can feel really, really confronting, and I know that too. But we can start by working on the stuff that feels accessible to us in this moment, or we can reach out to support, to be held as we touch on the more sore stuff, the stuff that we hide away and push down even from ourselves because it's filled with guilt and shame and blame and all that stuff. And we start to tap here and just say, and even though this is here, in whatever words we need to find to tune into it, I deeply and completely accept myself. And as we find that place where we unconditionally love and accept ourselves, we hold that space in our heart, in our body, in our energy, to hold that space for our children and for our community to come into that place of safety and acceptance and love that we all want so much. Because I hear you all the time, really fiercely calling for that in the world, so that all of our community can feel loved and accepted and safe and valued and empowered. We have to start with that journey for ourselves. So many stories of how we are stuck in survival as women, as parents, as the parents we are, as people in general living in modern society. We are stuck in survival mode. And when catalysts like our gorgeous kids come along to prod us out of it, and know it feels often chaotic and uncomfortable and unbearable and scary and all those things. I know it, been there, I know it, but I also know it is for our greater and higher good, and it is birthing who we are meant to be and how we are meant to be in the world, in so much more peace and freedom and ease and joy, and just, life isn't designed to be hard. That doesn't mean there's not challenges. Of course there are challenges, because that's what come along to help us to grow. But we can meet our challenges with openness, with acceptance. Some of the great teachers of really being in presence and allowing work, you can talk about, really welcoming it with the innocence and excitement of a child. Oh, what's this coming along? What's this going to bring? What's this going to do for me? And that might feel a bit out of reach. It feels out of reach for me too. But the essence of that is in keeping ourselves open to tolerating walking through that challenge as we shift stuff, as we release stuff, as we upskill our gifts, as we upskill our support, as we upskill our strength and our health and all those things through this process, and we welcome it wherever we are on that journey. Kind of taking a look from that bird's eye perspective and seeing that we might be at the starting point or right in the middle, but there is a place over here where we've moved through this, and it will come in its own time. It'll all be fine. Time just brings change and brings shifts, and we can relax into this place that we are in the process right now. Yeah. Right, so I got my cards. Let's have a shuffle. Ooh! Looks like that one's coming. I'll just say before I pull the card, because it just popped into my head, we're going on holiday next week, which is really exciting. We woke up this morning at Eliza's alarm goes off at 8. She likes to have an 8 o'clock alarm, which is when she gets up and feeds her cat. And I said, this time next week, when your alarm goes off at 8 o'clock, we'll laugh because we'll be sat on the aeroplane about to take off and we'll have been up for hours. So we're a week away. So I've actually pre-recorded a little coffee break to put out for you next week because we'll be away. So I just wanted to give that shout out that I won't be physically present and around in the group because I'm going to just chill out and have some family time. And it's a big exciting trip for us because it's our first time going abroad and on an aeroplane for Eliza. So it's really exciting. She's been wanting to do that for a little while now. So it's our time. Right. I love this card. So I've just got to fidget because I've sat on my leg. Living to regret that. Just tune into your heart or your gut, which feels right for you. And have a lovely breath and just notice what you're seeking, what you're searching for, what you're desiring to call in for yourself right now. And just tune into that, and then I'm going to pop this card up for you. Look at that. Expect a miracle. So absolutely loving that. As I said to you, I'm in that phase for me where I'm in that downtime, shedding time, gentleness, laziness in the most embracing it glorious way, resting, just receiving. So receiving, expect a miracle. I feel really open for that right now. Full moon miracles. I can already feel that energy flowing in the last few days. If you're really tuned into the moon cycle, you might be feeling some really deep, quite significant energy around this moon. Okay, today's lesson, expect a miracle. Something will come into your life that will serve your healing. So be open to it and express gratitude when it occurs. I love how when I read these cards out to this group, I notice how demanding this sort of direct language is. Express gratitude when it occurs. I just imagine reading that to Eliza. She'd be like, what? Your goal to know that the world becomes a vessel for the divine when you see the divine in all things. And that makes me want to add my invite in to notice the divine in your relationship, the divine in your child, the divine in you, and whatever your family dynamics are, that you all bring your unique essence and you all have your own incredible, powerful inner guidance system leading you through whatever it is that you're tuned into here, and being open to receiving a miracle, because miracles are never ending, endless, always available. You know, we make them this once in a lifetime movie moment, a miracle. They're not there, they're constant. Everything is there for us. We ask for it, it's there to come to us. And our job is to be open to seeing it, to allowing it, to letting it in, to receiving it. And it sounds so utterly flipping bonkers that we wouldn't, doesn't it? Why would I not let this thing that I so desperately want in? But we have so many subconscious patterns, so many belief systems, so many ideas, so many previous experiences that are like blocks, like umbrellas to letting it come through, penetrate, like a sun umbrella, stopping the sun rays coming through. The sun's always shining. It's our blocks. So what do we need to release? And if you're not sure, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Stay open to noticing, because life is going to keep showing you. Life is going to keep showing you. If you're a classic one, you know, I need more money. You know, I have been through this journey with you all of, as a PDA parent, as a radically unschooling family, choosing to rework our family dynamic so that I stay home to be the primary carer, which was 24/7 plus, you know, and that was my work, but it's unpaid work, and leaving my paid work behind to do that, and having a complete financial reshift and reprioritising in this house, you know, brought times of scarcity and tightness. And through that, the fear comes up, the lack of self-esteem comes up, that, you know, all of those feelings that we experience in our mind and in our body and in our experience with the world are there to walk with, to let us see the stories that we have about what we are worth receiving, what we feel we have to do to receive that, you know, all of that stuff. Still working on all of this, you know, big time. So I just wanted to use that as an example, but it's about letting the miracles in. That's our work, not making the miracles happen. Yeah. So if you feel like that's bringing something up for you and you'd like to do a little tap, you can join with me. I'm just going to lead it and you can follow along with me and repeat after me. And if the words I say don't feel like they quite fit for you, they don't resonate with you, then leave any out, change them, you know, notice what it springboards for you and bring your own in. And just put some gusto into it, put some meaning into it, because we're talking to that, you know, little part of our psyche that's like a gorgeous little kid, but living from that naivety and self-protection of a little kid, you know? And it's like trying to keep us safe. And growth doesn't feel safe. So we're talking to that little kid and saying, even though, inner child, inner protector, I see you're doing such a good job of trying to keep me safe in all the ways you know, in all the ways you've learned, in all the ways you've been taught. God, I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you. But actually, I see now that I am safe to grow into this miracle. I love and accept myself right where I am, even though I have massive flipping rocks and boulders and blocks all over the place. I love and accept myself anyway, and I'm ready to go on this journey of letting them go, putting them down, feeling lighter, creating more space. What was the word on the card? Creating more space in this divine vessel, my body, in my mind, in my soul, in how it's all interconnected, in all of it. I am a divine vessel for miracles, and I love and accept myself, even though I don't know it, even though I can't see it, even though it doesn't feel like it's for me, even though I don't feel good enough. I love and accept myself anyway, unconditionally. Even if I don't grow one little bit, right where I am, I love and accept myself, and I'm open to miracles anyway. Just feeling that there are these blocks and boulders, just noticing there is this resistance, aware that I've got these stories that aren't serving me, aware that I just don't feel safe to let these things go, and staying open to miracles anyway. Aware that I don't feel safe, I don't feel good enough. I don't feel good enough. I'm not sure I am doing enough. Even though I'm blaming myself, that I'm getting it all wrong, that I'm blocking it. Putting blame on that story now. Maybe I'm not good enough because I'm blocking it, because I've got blocks. Ugh. Letting that story go. Loving and accepting myself and staying open to miracles. Staying open to miracles every day, in every moment. Open to miracles in the next breath. And remembering to look for them. Remembering to look for them. And remembering that they might come in all kinds of strange ways. Oh, noticing I might get inner nudges to do something, to speak to someone, to try something, to stop doing something. And I can trust that inner guidance, even though it doesn't look like a miracle. Maybe it's leading me to a miracle. I can trust that inner guidance that's taking me there now. I'm open to that. I'm open to that. Open to miracles. Open to finding the path. Open to being on the path. I am a flipping miracle. Open to miracles, and I love and accept myself. There you go, my lovelies. Just in case there's anyone tapping along who hasn't done it before, you might find that you're yawning, sighing, sometimes tears come, you might just have a deep breath, a relax of the shoulders. All signs that you're just shifting that energy are really normal. Sometimes people get a little bit of like a sense of light reflections or a little bit of lightheadedness. Just go easy if you've really shifted something or you're new to it. It can feel like quite a shift physically. So just don't jump up and start jumping around, you know. But if you feel like you want to shake it off and jump around, go ahead. I'm just saying, just mind yourself if it's new that you're moving all this energy, big energy there. I'm sending you a ton of love. I will put our little video out now. I'm hoping to remember to put out the little video that I've pre-recorded for our coffee break next week. And I will certainly see you on the other side of it all if I don't see you before in the chat or for our Reiki connection or for our Friday cards, or if you're in my Freedom Centre membership space. You know, if I don't see you in any of those spots, then you just tune in for the coffee break video. Thank you for doing that. I'm so glad that you do. And I will see you very soon. Bye.